Hey, 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 welcome to the inaugural episode. That means the first one, y'all, of the Tiffany Yvonne Show. I'm Coach Tiff, a mama, mindset shifter, a speaker, culture strategist, and the founder of Playmaker Solutions, where we make shift happen. I'm coming to you all today, super excited about the opportunity to meet and beat this bet, right? I was told I couldn't do this weekly. And I said, you know what? I'm going to take it and raise you one. I'm going to do it 3 times a week because when she comes up in the place, she comes to play to win. And so this episode is really for everybody who's carrying something that feels way too heavy, who wants to release and doesn't know how to, who's wearing their titles and to-dos like a crown that feels heavy instead of heavenly, right? And so I am going to walk us through a powerful methodology on how you can snatch off your cape, straighten your crown, and walk in your purpose. So here I go. I am still blown away that I have received congressional recognition for my work as a life and leadership coach, that I've served now thousands of youth educators and executives from some of our nation's largest companies, and that your girl has hosted a bi-monthly news segment on NBC, helping leaders disrupt burnout and navigate change with more ease. But it wasn't always this way. If I flash back to May 6th, 2022, I had just finished a powerful podcast bragging on how I had experienced my mama I made it moment, how I had overcome a hellacious divorce, a crazy, crazy custody battle, and walked away from $1 million business in order to just reclaim my peace. My smile was as big as the sun that was shining in on me. And I was literally thinking, Mama, I made it. God does not put more on you than you can bear. And there were so many lessons embedded in that. And just as I was basking in that moment, the phone rang. I don't remember the woman's introduction, but the words I remember: you have breast cancer. Those words was like a 1-2 shot to my chest. My mind started racing like wheels going down an expressway. Her voice became like Charlie Brown. My chair seemed to shatter underneath me as my body literally slumped. And I was thinking, not this, now this? Like, what will my children do without me? Yeah, y'all, I thought I was going to die, and I thought I was going to die fast. And it took milliseconds for me to get to that conclusion. Then I started thinking, no, no, I run, I eat kale. They got the wrong girl. Couldn't be me, mixed up my chart. This can't be life. Turns out the diagnosis was for me. In that moment, my entire life flashed before my eyes. I remember calling my life coach and spiraling and saying, like, I could die, like I could die after all I just came back through. I could die. And she said some of the most unexpected words. You could. And in that moment, I was thinking, why do I pay you? Why do I pay you? Because you're not supposed to say that. You're supposed to make me feel better. And she must have heard all of that in my voice, because then she quickly just said, but you could also live. There's 2 sides to every coin. One surgery, 5 months, and 20 rounds of radiation later, I stopped dabbling in the idea that I could design a life I love. And I decided that that is what I was going to make happen. I stopped dabbling and I decided. I said, enough. Enough pretending okay, but pretending like I'm okay when I'm not okay. Enough proving my worth so that I could collect the check, or proving my worth so you think I'm good enough, or proving my worth for anything. Enough pushing through, I decided that I was going to choose me and my joy. I decided that my peace was going to be non-negotiable. After tons of therapy, tons of coaching, tons of prayer and family time, I decided to snatch off my superwoman cape and straighten my crown so I could truly walk in my power. And so, no, this channel is not going to always be all about me, but it's going to be the lessons that I learned, the lessons that cancer taught me, the lessons that I learned from the other hellacious things that happened before and since then. This channel is going to be about how can busy, ambitious leaders design lives they love, design lives and careers they love, knowing that you don't have to choose. So when I talk about stepping into your power, when I talk about taking my power back, I have an acronym that I want to leave with you all. And then you'll get to know me, so you'll know I'm full of acronyms. So for me, power means pausing, right? Pausing long enough to determine what you really want your life to look and feel like. Not what you don't want, because we spend a lot of time on what we don't want, but what do you really want your life to look and feel like? And then decide that that is possible for you. And people will say, it's not that easy, Coach Tiff. It doesn't just come with a decision. That's not all you have to do, but that's the first thing you have to do. That pause is like cleaning out your closet, right? You don't go into your closet and say, I'm gonna get my closet together, and you just start putting more stuff in. The pause is where you unpack and unload the things that are not serving you well so that you can step into the life and career that you truly desire. One where your peace and your joy is paramount. The O is for owning your scars. So often as busy, ambitious people, we think that we have to hide all of the negative things that we've gone through. We think that we have to hide the scars of life, but scars are truly just your proof that something tried to kill you and it didn't work. So what's that W about? It's definitely about winning, but it's also writing your 6-word story. We talk about mantras and all sorts of things like that, affirmations all day long. I want you all to create your 6-word story. And that story is not about what you've been through. It's not about where you're at. It's about where you desire to go. My 6-word story, in everything, she plays to win. It's a big difference between playing not to lose and playing to win. When you're playing not to lose, you're scarce, you're fearful, you're doubtful. That I call it the itty bitty crap talking committee that's telling you all the things that can go wrong, that's keeping you safe, even when safe doesn't feel safe. That's playing not to lose. But when you're playing to win, you're stepping boldly and courageously into that next thing that you want, unapologetically. Y'all see the shirt. What's your 6-word story? The E is because we are meant to evolve, not to revolve, not to keep repeating the same story over and over again. Evolving is where you step into that next level, that vision you have for yourself, that life that you know is available, that thing you keep pushing off, but it keeps calling you back. You back, you back, you back. Okay. Every time I try to leave, something keeps holding me back, I can't sing, but y'all gonna learn that I talk and I think in song. So when something comes up for me and a song pop in my head, y'all gonna get these unapologetic vocals, right? How can you evolve instead of just revolving? And then the R is the most important one, and it's something that you're gonna have to do over and over and over again. It's about reimagining what success really means. And you might be like, Coach Tiff, why we got to do it over and over again? Like, we know. Well, because just like what happened to me, you will think that you are there. You will think you have reached the top of the mountain. And the top of the mountain is typically just the bottom of the next hill. When change and challenge comes, and they are guaranteed to come, it will literally knock you off your square. Which way should I go? Did I go off the camera? Knock you off your square, right? If you let it. But if instead you stand in your deep knowing that you are still going and heading towards the results that you want, that you still can win at work, succeed at home, and design a life you absolutely love, it is just going to require your ability to reimagine what success means. One more time. So that's how y'all step into your power. And that's what this whole series is going to be about. I'm going to show up here 3 times a week because I'm out here playing to win. I don't know what days yet. That's something we're going to co-create together because I'm creating alongside you. This isn't just my show, it's our show. And what that means is I want you to drop your thoughts, your questions, your things that are paralyzing you, that are holding you back. I want you to drop those in the comments. I also want you to drop in the comments, what is your 6-word story? What is that thing that you deeply desire for your life? What are those words that you can say to yourself over and over again to just give you that mental, to pull you up out of the rut when life starts lifing? Right? So drop those in. I'm gonna come to you all 3 times a week, about a 10-minute Coach Tiff talk. That's it. We're here for a good time, not a long time, but you're gonna leave with a gem that you can take and implement, and then you're gonna go out and try it, and then it's gonna work. You're gonna get excited, and then you're gonna try it, and it's not gonna work, and you're gonna have a question, and you're gonna be able to bring it back, and we're gonna walk through this thing together. Because if there's one thing that I know, busy, ambitious people who are used to defining themselves by their titles and to-dos, when they get knocked off their square, they don't need a comeback. Sometimes they just need a co-pilot. And I am so grateful to be here to serve as your co-pilot on this journey as we make shift happen, as we get on our shift. Because to survive, all you have to do is hold on. But you see how tight that feels? You see how But to thrive, you have to evolve. And so that's what we're going to do together. So episode 2 is almost like my rebirth. I'm going to call it Who's That Girl? That Eve song, that's probably going to be my motivation for that one. If I had to put a song on this one, I would call it I'm a survivor. I'm not going to give up. I'm going whatever, however else the rest of the words go. And not because I believe we're survivors. We're not. We already established that we're thriving. But because I did survive, that means I'm here to tell you all the story. That means I'm here as a living lesson. That means I'm here to help us all thrive. I can't wait to see y'all on the other side. Coach Tiff out.